Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to the second part of Datemares. Now, Chenelle's just gonna give you some updates and then we might actually get into some other topics. Because Chenelle's actually got a really cool book on dating.
We will show you. Just in a bit. Be patient, we'll show you.
She has to show you the book about dating. And I hope it helps her.
Yeah, and I hope it helps me too.
I really hope it helps. But anyway, carrying on from the last video, Chenelle went on her second date.
Yeah, I did indeed. So
during the crisis that's happening right now in the dating world, and I'm pretty sure it's not only for us 30-year-olds plus, but younger. I think it's everywhere, to be honest with you. Be watching a lot of kind of documentaries as well. On dating. I just find it really interesting. Just really interested about what everyone's going for. I'm not even going to say these days, but times have changed, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a new generation.
Times have changed.
New age of dating.
So interesting, but yeah, let's just get into it, and Chenelle can tell you how her second date went last week. So yeah, brief us. What was the download?
So the download,
guinea pig.
Yeah, still you back in this journey. So the download was, we met for a second time. This is someone off of a dating app. Yep, met for a second time. The date was.
No, tell them you had your apprehensions before. So how did you feel actually going into the date? And
do you know what? I felt fine going into the date. Like, I wasn't nervous. And, you know, sometimes this is a thing, because I feel like when I'm not shy or nervous around someone, I can't tell whether it's a good or bad thing. So if I'm really comfortable around you, and I'm talking like this, well, there you go. There you go. But that's what I'm saying. Like, when I can be chatty, blah, 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 to me, it's just friend vibe. Like, off the bat, it's friend vibe. Because should I be that comfortable with you the first time I meet you? But then other people will meet people and be like, I was just so comfortable with him, I could be myself. That's a good thing, right?
I don't know. I think someone has to make me maybe that's just me. I don't know.
No, but I thought that as well. But then I thought, because I'm comfortable with you, maybe it's a good thing, you know?
No, I need to get them shy vibes. Otherwise, it's like, if I'm too comfortable, it's like,
do I fancy
it's just like, no, I don't know. But yeah, sorry, continue.
So yeah, that's how I felt. And I was like that the first time, really. But I took it as because we'd been speaking before and the vibe was like that, so it just continued and carried on. So it was the same vibe, still comfortable, like really great guy. I'm not gonna lie, he's a lovely guy. Really had his mental in place, everything in terms of future plans, life, kind of focus, great.
What about like emotional intelligence? Did you gauge?
Yeah, I gauge a lot of emotional intelligence. Actually, kind of could like consider different perspectives, give different perspectives, you know, give feedback and relations to things I was saying. So it was good like that. The only thing I would say was that, I just didn't know if it was relationship, like fancy vibes. But for me, because he was so nice, like I said, I couldn't tell whether it was because
I was just laughing.
Because
another thing to mention, because she mentioned it to me, guys. She said he was a bit feminine.
But the thing is, sometimes I don't know if that's a bad thing, because I think some men need to learn to embrace that. No, but when I say feminine, he was very like.
Okay, but I don't want to see your feminine. Like, I don't want to see.
Yeah, but it wasn't feminine as in you were carrying yourself feminine. I tried to explain this to someone the other day, and some men do embrace their feminine. That's fine. I think I've met a couple that do that, and you know, it's not every day I come across aggressive and really more. But
I'm not gonna come aggressive on a normal day. But what do you say by like? What do you mean by embrace? I don't want to see that coming out.
But what's see it? What do you mean see it? What's your version? Excuse me, guys.
You just have no, it's your eyes, fine. You just have that feminine aura.
Yeah, I think it, but I find this really hard to explain. So I really don't know how to. But it's probably because I know me, and I can be very assertive, direct, not in a rude way, but if I'm thinking it, I usually say it. And I've been around people who don't say it or might just keep quiet in the wrong. Yeah, and for me that was a bit soft. Excuse me, I have a cough, so bear with me. I think he was just a little bit too soft for me, and I think that's why it wasn't, oh, I like you vibe straight away. But it's not to say, sometimes I'm like, well, maybe I do need soft and not the, you know, what I'm usually going for. And so I was like, I'm willing to meet you, couple more times, because you just never know what will go. Yeah, but it just wasn't that. And to be fair, he felt the same way, because he said, so I said, I'm up for meeting you again. But then he was like, I don't know if it's like fancy vibe. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So we're on the same page.
No, did I make you feel better about not fancying him? I don't know why I'm laughing, but sometimes it's hard.
I'm
to
glad.
Like, how am I going to get out of this?
No, but the thing is, I was willing to meet him again because his company was fine. Like, his vibes was fine. And so in my head, you know, when I'm trying to dibble dabble and think about what is it, why I don't like you. Not why I don't like you, that sounds really bad, but why I don't fancy you. Yeah, maybe it's just that I need to meet you a couple more times. But when he said that, I was like, oh, great. So he's kind of thinking the same thing. But I'm glad, because obviously he's the type to kind of nip it in the bud. Not nip it in the bud straight away, but he actually had the respect to tell me, and I was like, oh, thanks, well, that's really nice, sweet of you for telling me, thank you. Whereas other guys, they don't do that. So I was like, yeah, they do the ghosty thing, which is just really immature. Yeah, I think if I had met him a third time and I felt the same way, I probably would have been like, I don't know about you, but what do you think? Like, I don't think it's, do you know what I mean?
It's not giving.
Yeah, it's not really giving relationship. He didn't say actually fancy vibe, that's just my thing. He said, I don't think it's like relationship vibe. And I was like, no, absolutely. If I wanted him as a friend, I'd absolutely meet him again. Would I go out with him again? Yes, as like a friendship. But I think whereas we knew our intentions, or because we met on the app, it's like, well, we didn't really meet to make friends. Do you see what I mean? So we kind of just wished each other well and was like, yeah, take care. And yeah, that was the end. That was the end of that, to be honest.
I'm wondering what it is about, like, just sometimes like the softness in guys that women don't like, because I totally relate. I can totally relate to you, and sometimes I think that slips into like the kind of like women like bad boys and stuff like that, because and I just said it because it tends to be like the bad ones that are like less so the bad ones, when I mean the ones that aren't good for us, I mean them ones. So yeah, I don't know, that might be something to touch on in a next video, but I'm sure Chenelle will have more dating stories for us.
Plenty more for you, don't worry. So guys, I will continue with the datings for you. I'm in it. I'm your guinea pig.
Now she's talking to someone overseas.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know if his date vibes as of yet, but he's really nice, and he said coming over next month. So we will see how that goes.
That was always the plan as well, though, guys. They didn't arrange a date.
Oh no, he was coming over anyway. Like he didn't arrange to come over.
But now you
can
arrange it.
Yeah, but now I can arrange it. You know, he said I'm definitely gonna see you when you come over. So I think that's really nice, and also for him, it's nice to have someone who you can connect with when he comes over, because this is the first time he's coming over to the UK. He's from USA, by the way. It's not. So,
but in the meantime, Chenelle's getting some self-help books on dating.
How not to die alone.
It's like almost like a little bit morbid.
It's my life right now.
It's like
I need this right now.
A science to
yes.
dating.
So it's like a science to dating. It's basically by Logan Ury. It's a step guide to, I guess, psychology, relationship psychology. And to be honest, it's got some good little nuggets in there. It can help me kind of like, you know, reflect and look at where I might be thinking or going wrong. Obviously, you don't take these things as gospel, but it is good guidance, because it does kind of break the kind of like data you are into categories and things like that. And
I had a flip through it. Actually looks pretty interesting.
Definitely a
like,
maximizer.
I'm not really like this relationship, like, oh my god, the gurus are going to give me all that advice, because obviously relationships are different among different people, but it actually does have some interesting, like some thought provokers.
Basically, I think that's a good word
thought
for
provokers
it.
to put forward, maybe into like your own life and lessons.
Because honestly, I think it's important as individuals to kind of like be able to self-reflect, and that's in everything, not just relationships. But I think if you're not unable to self-reflect, then you're also a person that is unable to take accountability, and that's a trait that's like a red flag trait for me in someone else. So what we're gonna do is
Chenelle's gonna apply this to her life.
And hopefully I won't die alone.
Seriously, take a bit from that and apply it to like your next date and
future dates.
We'll talk about it.
And then I'll let you know what was applicable, what worked, whether it changed anything. And then I think maybe we could kind of put some thought-provoking questions forward for you guys to kind of think about. And on the next one.
That's it. So yeah, I'm gonna go comb my hair now. So we will talk about this
I'm
next
a grease
time.
man. Bye.